Our final guest is someone that's been called a serial internet entrepreneur, having carved a reputation as one of the internet's foremost marketing experts. So we're rather chuffed that he's given up some of his time to be here with us on The Breakfast Show, of course, to share some of his secrets of success with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Derek Gehl. Hello.
Welcome to the show, Derek, and welcome to Malaysia. I understand you come to us all the way from Canada.
Yeah, it was a long flight. Happy to be here, though.
All right, we do apologize for the haze.
I know we're not always like this. If you came 2 days earlier, it was hot, but at least we had blue skies.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's kind of like Los Angeles that way, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, going back to you, you know, we've called you a serial internet entrepreneur.
Yes.
But what actually do you do?
You know, I start businesses online. I start lots of little businesses online, selling all sorts of different things, using a formula that I've developed, and so that's one side of it. But then I've replicated that formula, and now I teach that formula to other people so they can do the exact same thing.
Okay, and when you say you sell stuff online, what exactly can you sell?
Oh boy, everything. I think we've all been shocked at some of the things we found out we can actually buy on the internet. But more specifically, you know, my formula is to go in and find niche markets, and before I even develop a product, find something they're already looking for. And in many cases, there's already people that have the product. I just bring them together, and it's kind of as the middleman, I get to take profit off of that.
I see. So if you find out there's like a need for a certain something, and then you look for supply and you look for a way to sell it. So these are selling actual physical products.
Physical products, sometimes electronic. So, you know, stuff that can be downloaded in software, but many times it is physical, yeah, absolutely.
But you know, there are also like millions of websites on the internet that sell things. How do you become successful? How, say, for example, how did eBay get the way it is? It's huge, you know, compared to, say, another online, a similar mechanism.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when eBay started, that was a long time ago, but you know, they identified a niche, they identified a market, and then they
marketed the hell out of it.
They marketed the hell out of it, exactly. And they did really well with that. And I mean, things have changed since eBay. So I mean, back then you could take this monster of an idea, like an auction, and there wasn't a lot of competition. So now I teach people to actually think on a little bit smaller scale, right? And go into a little bit smaller niche markets where you've got a really defined interest and a defined problem, really.
Yeah, because like Joe mentioned, there are millions of websites out there selling stuff, and it's pretty much easy. It's so easy to set up an online business. Of course, whether you succeed or not, it's a different thing. So, of course, I'm sure you have to work really hard to find your unique selling point. You know, what makes you stand out?
Exactly, and that's really important. You know, what is your USP, right? Your unique selling point, and then being able to find the exact customers online and bring them to your website and turn them into buyers. And so, I mean, a lot of people don't have that clarity, don't have that laser focus to really identify, this is my customer, and here's how I'm going to reach them. And once you know who that customer is and really detail it down, it's easy to find customers online, and it's actually relatively cheap to get them. Most people miss that step, right?
Now, we once had someone on the show to talk about marketing on the internet, and he said it was a great way to actually build a rapport with your clientele.
Yes.
Apart from that, is there like a simpler and easy way to actually get their attention?
Well, you know, it's funny because the internet is more about personal communication, right? So to go up and put your brand name on your page and have no voice and no personality behind it isn't the right way to do business online. Let's look at social networking for a second. Social networking is social. It's about conversation, right? So even big businesses now are realizing it's not about having my banner and my logo in front of everybody and branding like traditionally. It's about being part of a conversation, right? And that's what social networking is. And so if you want to be successful with your business, rather than push ads at people all day, join in a conversation, engage them, and build a rapport that way. And social media is so powerful now.
Now, when we began the conversation, you talked about a formula that you had when you started. I'm assuming this would be something you talk about at this upcoming seminar.
Yeah, exactly. So the seminar we're doing, that's my 2 days, is I take people through what that formula is and how they can replicate it and use that to build their own businesses.
Could you quickly just give us a gist of what the formula is on the show this morning?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, the first thing, first and foremost, finding something to sell. And that's where most people hit a wall, right? They go, what am I going to sell? And if you go on the internet, you can sell just about anything, right? So helping people figure out what is they're going to sell and what's actually going to make sales, because there's a lot of garbage out there too and a lot of scams, right? So that's one. Number two, build a website. It's not hard. A lot of people think it is hard and you have to be a technical genius. I'm a terrible programmer. You know.
Or get someone to do it for you.
Exactly. There's the secret. That's much easier. Get someone to do it for you. 3 is generate traffic. So once we have our product, we have our website. How do we get people to go there and buy that? And then once we have a customer, how do we build relationships with them and bring them back to buy over and over? And it's really, it's a standard business formula.
Right.
But I've applied it to the internet, and using the tools that are out there, I can teach anybody how to do that.
I see. It sounds pretty simple.
Watch us all both go try some online business in the morning.
I'm already clearing my schedule in my head for
That's
this
right.
weekend.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the 14th and the 15th of May. It's going to be happening for 2 days.
Yeah.
Of course, to get more information on this seminar, you can go visit www.internetsuccessasia.com.
That's
Is that
right,
the website
yes.
to go visit?
Yes.
All right, so it's 2 full days.
2 full days. You'll be taking lots of notes, lots of information.
Now, Derek, I would assume from what you've said that starting an internet business wouldn't be too costly. Am I right, or am I?
Yeah, no, it's not too costly. I mean, it's funny. I run into people all the time that said, I spent $20,000, and I don't even know how you could spend $20,000 doing that, right? I mean, websites are cheap now.
Exactly.
$10 per domain.
Yeah,
or
exactly. Right? So the more you do yourself, it's really cheap.
You can go joinderzario.com.
$10 a year.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. And I mean, a traditional business costs a fortune, right? Like storefront and stuff like that. Internet, it's as close to free as you're ever going to get.
Exactly.
So very cheap.
So, but okay, how would you set yourself apart though, besides your product? Because then marketing becomes really, important. I mean, and we talked about the whole social aspect of it.
Yes.
But what else can somebody do?
Well, I mean, that's most people initially when they start a business, they think, I'm going to compete. What's the first thing? Price. I have the best price, right? So, I teach people to really come up with a different, a really unique thing. So let's take like, a FedEx, their USP. They're going to get it there overnight. Right? That's unique in their industry. So, before you go into it, you need to determine what is it that I'm doing differently. And typically I teach people is how to package, how to bundle things together to stand out in your marketplace. And it's really easy. It's not hard to do.
Oh, okay. Now, of course, also in conventional business, when you talk about selling a product, apart from your USP, people always say that, I must get like the best products. I must have one of the most highest quality things to sell. I mean, obviously it's the same when it comes to internet marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely want to sell quality, and that's not hard to do. I mean, there's quality stuff everywhere out there. But more importantly on the internet, because it is a kind of an impersonal business medium, it's creating a little bit more personal touch too, and what I call transparency. Don't hide behind a website with no phone number, right? If you're going to start a business, people want to know there's a person there, and if there's a problem, they can call, and that's as important as the quality of the product.
There you go. So a few interesting morsels for you to bite on, people. Once again, 14th and the 15th of May is the date of the 2-day workshop. Where exactly will it be happening?
It is at the Grand Dorset Hotel.
The Grand Dorset Hotel is in Subang Jaya. An extreme discount has been given this time only.
Yes.
And you can add that to your startup cost. Really easy.
Yeah.
Plus $10 for your website. You're sorted.
There you go.
There you go. For more information, you can log on to www.internetsuccessasia.com. You can even send them an email at info at the same address, or call 0380627796.
Thank you very much, Derek, for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Talking a little bit about this. Okay, it's time for Joe and I to take a quick break here on The Breakfast Show. But when we get back, we'll quickly wrap up. So don't go anywhere.
See you.